It was an ordinary night in rural Wisconsin until it wasn't. Inside a quiet family home, horror struck in a way that left the entire nation frozen. Two loving parents were brutally killed, and their 13-year-old daughter, Jayme Closs, vanished without a trace. No witnesses, no clear motive, just a trail of confusion and fear. But what no one realized at first was that a young stranger had been watching. Not once, not twice, but for weeks planning every step. The question is, how did a teenage girl survive 88 days in captivity? And how did her courage lead to one of the most shocking and inspiring rescues in recent history? This isn't just a story about a crime. It's a chilling reminder of how evil can hide in plain sight and how strength can rise in the darkest moments. So what really happened to Jayme Closs the night her life changed forever? The night of the crime. It was just after midnight on October 15th, 2018, in Barron, Wisconsin. The Closs family was asleep when a loud pounding at the door startled them awake. James Closs, Jayme's father, went to investigate. Moments later, a shotgun blast echoed through the night. Jayme's mother, Denise, frantically dialed 911, but she never spoke a word before the line went dead. Within minutes, both parents were dead from gunshot wounds, and 13-year-old Jayme had vanished. Police arrived at the scene in less than 5 minutes, but it was already too late. The house was locked, lights were off, and Jayme was gone without a trace. The abduction investigators soon learned that Jayme wasn't just a random missing person. She had been the target all along. The man responsible, 21-year-old Jake Patterson, had spotted her once while driving behind her school bus. He didn't know her name, her family, or anything about her life, yet he decided she would be the one. For weeks, Patterson planned the abduction with chilling precision. On that October night, Patterson parked at the end of the Closs driveway, armed with a shotgun. Wearing black clothes and a mask, he broke into the house and killed Jayme's parents before forcing her into the trunk of his car. He drove her to his secluded cabin in Gordon, Wisconsin, over 60 miles away, where he held her captive. Life in captivity. For 88 terrifying days, Jayme Closs was imprisoned in a tiny, windowless space beneath Jake Patterson's bed. He had rigged the area with heavy weights and tote bags to make it impossible for her to escape silently, ensuring any attempt would alert him immediately. The space was cramped, dark, and suffocating, just enough room for her to sit or lie down. Patterson's control over her was absolute. He constantly monitored her, enforced strict silence, and threatened her life repeatedly. He would use violence to maintain dominance, striking fear into Jayme and ensuring she understood that disobedience could be fatal. During her captivity, Patterson would occasionally leave the house, go to work, or have visitors, forcing Jayme to remain hidden beneath the bed for hours on end. She was required to stay completely out of sight, even if neighbors were nearby, and had to remain silent no matter what. The psychological torment was constant. Jayme never knew when Patterson would return, and the fear of what he might do next weighed heavily on her every waking moment. Despite living in this horrifying environment, Jayme displayed incredible resilience. She endured extreme isolation, threats, and the constant anxiety of being discovered or harmed. Her captor controlled every aspect of her life, including when she could eat or sleep, and limited her movements entirely. Yet even in such unbearable conditions, Jayme remained alert, patient, and focused, waiting for a chance to escape that would ultimately save her life. The search effort. Back in Barron, the community rallied. Thousands of volunteers joined searches. Posters were hung in every corner of the state, and the FBI offered a $50,000 reward. Despite this massive effort, leads dried up quickly. There were no credible sightings, no ransom demands, and no trace of Jayme's location. The nation watched in suspense as weeks turned into months. Jayme's case appeared on news outlets nationwide, but hope was fading. The escape. On the morning of January 10th, 2019, after 88 long days of fear and captivity, Jayme Closs saw a sliver of hope. Her captor, Jake Patterson, told her he would be gone for a few hours, leaving the cabin unattended. Without hesitation, Jayme seized the opportunity. She pushed aside the obstacles Patterson had placed to keep her trapped, bolted out of the cabin barefoot, and ran through the snow-covered yard, her heart pounding with both fear and determination. Every step brought her closer to freedom and farther from the terror she had endured. As she ran, fate intervened. A woman walking her dog spotted Jayme, instantly recognizing her from the widespread news coverage. Shocked and concerned, she guided Jayme to a nearby home and immediately called 911. Jayme, exhausted and terrified but resolute, recounted the harrowing details of her captivity. Her bravery in those critical moments turned the tide, transforming fear into action and ensuring her safety. Police responded swiftly, arriving within minutes of the call. Using Jayme's detailed description, officers located Patterson's car and quickly moved to arrest him. Confronted by law enforcement, Patterson confessed almost immediately, admitting that he had meticulously planned the abduction but never imagined Jayme would escape. Her courage not only brought her own nightmare to an end, but also ensured that justice would finally catch up with her captor. Aftermath. Following Jayme Closs's incredible escape, Jake Patterson faced the full weight of justice. He pleaded guilty to 2 counts of intentional homicide for the murder of Jayme's parents and 1 count of kidnapping. In May 2019, the court sentenced him to life in prison without the possibility of parole, ensuring he would never harm another person. The legal resolution brought a measure of closure, but the emotional scars of the crime would take much longer to heal. Jayme returned to her family, reuniting with loved ones who had endured unimaginable grief and worry during her captivity. Her resilience in the face of extreme trauma made her an inspiration nationwide. People were captivated by her courage, not only for surviving months of confinement in a tiny controlled space beneath her abductor's bed, but also for maintaining hope and vigilance despite the horrifying loss of her parents. Her story resonated deeply because it showed the extraordinary strength of a young girl who refused to remain a victim. Jayme's bravery and determination became a symbol of survival and empowerment, proving that even in the darkest circumstances, courage and quick thinking can change the course of a life. Her ordeal has sparked discussions on child safety, abduction prevention, and the importance of community awareness, leaving a lasting impact far beyond her immediate family. Legacy of the case. The Jayme Closs case is now studied by law enforcement and victim advocates as an extraordinary example of resilience. It's a reminder that even in the darkest situations, survival is possible. Jayme's courage also pushed for more awareness about child abductions by strangers, a rare but terrifying reality. The stranger watching her all that time thought he had complete control. He underestimated the will of a 13-year-old girl who refused to be broken. Jayme Closs's story is a powerful testament to courage, resilience, and the unbreakable human spirit. From the horrifying loss of her parents to months of captivity under Jake Patterson, she faced unimaginable fear and isolation. Yet through it all, she held on to hope, stayed vigilant, and seized the one chance that would finally set her free. Her bravery reminds us that even in the darkest situations, strength and determination can shine through. Her escape not only brought her back to the arms of her family, but also inspired a nation. Jayme became a symbol of survival and empowerment, showing the world that no matter how controlling or terrifying an abductor may be, the human will to survive and fight for freedom can prevail. Her story continues to raise awareness about child safety, the signs of abduction, and the importance of community vigilance, ensuring that her ordeal leaves a lasting impact far beyond her own life. If Jayme's story moved you, make sure to share it. Like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss more true crime stories that reveal the courage, the danger, and the hope that comes from facing the unimaginable. Your voice can help spread awareness and keep these important stories alive.